so good, I feel so numb.
And now, from the Cave of Wonders and recorded live in the presence of gods, welcome to the Rain Man Show.
All right, hello everybody, welcome. We're back, Rain Man Show on Rain Man Digital. You listen to us on RM Channel 001 on TuneIn.com as well as the Rain Man Digital app. Find us, search for us, iTunes, Google Play. Been away for a long time. It feels like about a month, Thomas?
I think so, yeah. 2 weeks in December, 2 weeks in January, yeah.
I think this might have been the longest break. I don't know if did we stop in mid-December last year? I think so,
yeah.
Right? So maybe it's the
about
same.
The same time, but I think we came back earlier.
Is that what it was?
I think so.
Either way, it feels good to be back. I did have to kick myself in the butt a bit to get back in the studio and get everything going because, 4 weeks of not having to do radio, I think I gained 10 pounds. I became a teenager. I played video games, ate Cheetos.
And it was glorious.
And I played with myself vigorously every morning, afternoon, and evening.
But the break was it helpful?
It was. I got a lot done, stuff that usually I can't get done when we're doing radio. How many days a week are we doing this, Thomas, you and me? Like almost 3-4 times a week sometimes?
Yeah. I think I should start paying rent at this point.
Yeah. Room and board?
Yeah.
Yeah. How about I give it to you for free?
That's good.
Just come in here and live with me.
Ah, there we go.
You can watch me play with myself and eat Cheetos.
Can I play PlayStation as well?
Yes.
Okay.
As long as you don't mind that my pants are off while I play. There's some hot chicks in PlayStation games nowadays.
There are?
I can't take it. I can't get away from it. I try to wing myself away from, hotness because I can't take it. I'm like a 15-year-old child when I see chicks and I'm like, all right, well, video games, it's a safe bet. And we'll turn off the internet. I won't be accidentally scroll on Facebook and see some hot chick. I'm like, oh, God damn it. Because it frustrates me sometimes seeing too many hot chicks. And then I'm playing video games, and there's a promotion for Tomb Raider on the PlayStation, network. You log in, it's like a computer. It says, "Oh, Tomb Raider." I'm like, God damn it. Tomb Raider.
Still getting you after how many years?
Man, when I was a kid playing that, forget it. Tell me you didn't try to get that camera just right. You can swing the camera around.
Oh, yeah, everyone backed up into the corner. Yeah. So the camera would pan down and close.
We got all that's. I think you know what
those geometry boobs.
In retrospect, I think that's where my filmmaking started. It started when I was 15 years old playing the PS2.
Your mom catches you. I'm working.
Yeah, I swear.
This is my future.
I'm learning camera shots, 360 angles.
That's why your pants are off when you play games.
Yeah,
lights.
What? Knock next time. Knock. Yeah, getting back into the swing of things is tough.
So hard, dude.
It really
still haven't gotten my life together since the Christmas break.
Really?
Yeah, I'm slow about it. I don't want to, frankly.
It's hard, man,
because so hard.
You're in the family mode. You're into kind of being lazy, and it's the only time of the year that you're allowed to be lazy. Hollywood shut down. Like when I was trying to shoot a film a few years ago, I had to, obviously you have to contact people. My producer pal's like, dude, do not do any work from December 10th on because nobody's working. You have all the Jewish holidays during that time period and you have the Christian holidays. Nobody's working. It is the most laziest time of the year.
Everyone gets to take a break.
Yeah.
It's nice, but then you have to bring it back and that sucks.
It's hard. It's really hard. And, taking a few days is one thing. A weekend is good. Yeah. Whoever did the whole weekend thing was smart. Because even when you have a 3-day weekend, you're screwed.
Yeah.
It's hard to come back after that. I think 2 days is the right amount of time. Don't get me wrong. Vacations are good.
Yeah.
But I'm saying in order for you not to have to hate life, where you hate life, 2 days is good.
I think 3 and 4 would work.
Really?
4 days work, 3 days off. Yeah.
Well, firefighters might be onto something then.
There you go.
3 days on, a week off. Being put on
Everyone's happier. You actually show up.
Yeah.
Rather
people.
than, quote, calling in sick.
Yeah, imagine if they work 7 days a week, they'd probably let people die. Yeah, work too much. So played PS4. The days, though, you and I talked about this before off air, not really understanding PlayStation and the new generation of video games. I don't think new kids will understand what it was like to play video games where you could just put a game in
and just go.
Kick back, not worry about tech issues. Not worry about your internet connection going out.
Yep.
Not worrying about the network going out.
I had to buy a new router because we had 2 Xboxes in my house, Xbox Ones.
Yeah.
And it would not. We needed an open NAT, and we had to do port forwarding and this whole thing.
And you got to Google
just because I'm trying to play Call of Duty.
You got to Google to figure out how to do.
Yeah.
Who knows how to automate? No one knows how to do port forwarding. That wasn't in your curriculum in elementary school. It better be.
Now, yeah,
probably.
But no, those days of just throw it in, plug it in, go, gone.
Yeah. Well, I tried to download a game for my son, and played
it the next day.
8 hours later.
Yeah.
And then when it finally downloaded,
update.
It's devastating. The network was down for 3 days. The PlayStation network was down for 3 effing days. How do you explain that to a 8-year-old? How do you say, hey, well, you bought this game, but you can't play it for 3 days because I didn't take your advice.
Yeah.
Where you said, do not play games. Do not download games. But I'm a hermit. I don't like leaving the house. So if I see that there's a game on sale on the network, I'm going to download it. But I think that was...
Yeah, but then you have to wait.
Yeah, no more. I'm done.
4 hours.
I'm going to GameStop and buying games.
Yeah.
I'm not going to download stuff anymore because that's brutal. On me, I wanted to kick back and play one night. I wanted to play Final Fantasy, and I couldn't even log on because they're doing updates.
Well, right there, the fact that you have to log on. There's only a few clients out there that actually are built to be able to download a game in a reasonable amount of time. But stuff like PlayStation and Xbox One, you're going to be downloading for 4 hours, then installing for another 2, then updates for 1, depending on the game. I installed Halo, the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah.
80 gigs. It took a day, like a whole day. So I was screwed that whole night. Couldn't play anything. Just because that's how it is now.
That's why you keep a good old NES around.
Just boot up the, other station and just play Mario while I wait.
Serious.
It's sad.
Turn it to channel 3 and just
Angry Birds it up while you're waiting for your other game to install.
I did some writing as well during the winter break. Haven't done that in a while because I've been. You let the finer things of life, the things you enjoy, you let them go by the wayside when
you have to do it.
When you have to work, you let those types of things go by. But I got hired to do a job actually. It will be a SAG union shoot.
Really?
To do a short film.
Huh.
Somebody that I remember from back in the day, 8-9 years ago, she contacted me and said, hey, you know what? I always liked the way you shot Western X. Western X looked so good. I remember yada, yada, yada. And she wanted me to direct and basically put together the entire project. Yeah, most excellent. I know Andrew on my post says he wants in. Andrew, what exactly does that mean, you want in?
I want to help with whatever it is that you're doing.
For Andrew, it could mean a lot of things.
It's a euphemism.
Yeah. I was scared. And it was all in caps as well.
That's how.
Was it? Oh, that might have been an accident.
And then there was a wink smiley at the end. I was like,
well, that definitely wasn't.
And an address and a phone number.
Yeah, I believe that's how Jared from Subway usually got things started.
So what do you want in? What do you do? What do you like? What's your experience? Let's do an on-air resume check.
All right, sure.
What's your experience? Start with what's your most recent work history?
Well, my own show is really the only most.
Should he be
recent
sitting on this black couch for this segment?
What's your work experience? Like, what's your current job?
As of my current job is just a booth manager. But
what's a booth manager?
I work at
a jizz booth.
Yeah, I just people show up, they donate, and I just help them out with that process. No, I manage those robotic riding animals at the mall. I manage that. But wait,
hold on, robotic.
You've never seen these before?
Riding animals?
You've never seen these before?
That sounds like some sick, like Barbarella 70s porn shit.
No. Okay, well, no.
What's a robotic animal?
They're basically
it's those like motorized scooter things.
Do you live in another dimension? Do you live in the future? Oh, stupid.
No, they're these basically giant stuffed animals with the insides of a mobility scooter, and kids ride around the malls with them. And I manage.
That sounds.
It's the prequel to Five Nights at Freddy's.
Is it creepier than it sounds?
No, actually,
they're like motor scooters that kids can like ride around the mall, so that you can be a forgetful parent and not have to hold their hand.
Yeah, that's really fun. When their parents.
Oh, okay. I've seen those. Yeah. I've seen those. Wait, but the kids aren't allowed to just ride on them on their own and take off.
No, but usually that's what happens because parents don't give a damn.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really fun. We had entirely unrelated to the original subject, but
Has a kid ever been run over?
No, actually, a kid broke some glass.
Nice.
What?
Their parents had rented them an animal. The parents left them, and the next thing we know, the manager from Tivana is running over to our booth with security, is like freaking out.
What do you mean broke a glass?
Like they ran into the glass pane in front of the shop and they broke it.
Idiots. Did they die?
No. Everybody was fine, but like.
So why did she run to you?
It was our animal. It was our thing. So we pulled up our waiver.
Are you guys liable?
No.
Oh, okay. Hey,
that's what the waiver's for.
Yeah, simmer down with the F word. We're trying to do terrestrial today. Let's do. We have a gig. So, he missed that meeting, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
I did.
He was taking a pee.
It was.
So the manager was saying that you guys were liable for that?
Yeah. So we just presented our waiver. We got everybody in contact with our.
Did the kid need surgery or something? Did he get?
No, it was tempered, so it just broke and just.
Oh, no harm, no foul.
Yeah, except for
the glass.
All right, so
getting
back to the original.
Getting back to the original. Look at Andrew. He's a vortex. We get sucked. He's the new vortex. We get sucked into stories. Okay, take me back to. What's your recent job history that would qualify you to work on the set?
Currently, I could do a bit of sound work. I am working,
really.
Yeah, well, not too crazy extensive, but I am doing my own show.
First rule: constantly lie during the interview process about your skills.
This is true.
Up yourself.
This is true.
I
did audio work in Jurassic
World. They don't need to know what you don't know. You'll learn it.
Audio work.
Going back from that, it's kind of high school stuff. Really.
Don't see again. You don't say that.
Yeah. You just launched the job.
I'll
I
be
have
a
6 years in audio engineering experience, which translates to I worked in like the VR department at high school.
I didn't say I was good at any of it.
You don't say you're good. You extrapolate. You extrapolate.
Oh, there you go again.
He talked himself out of a job.
I know.
He's all, well, you did this. Well, in high school.
I don't care. I'll be a tweaker on the side of the road.
He thinks if he whispers it, you can't. It doesn't count.
If it was in high school, even if it's a club, that translates on a resume to 4 years audiovisual experience. And when they ask you about it, that's when you go into detail, if you have to.
I just want to help. I love that stuff.
So getting prepared. Maybe I'll call you. Don't call me. I'll call you, Andrew. Okay. Getting prepared for this, though, I've been doing a few other things with my camera, trying to get set up. I had to start listening, pertaining to the style of what we're trying to shoot. Mm-hmm. I started listening to a whole lot of old time radio bits. And I'm talking like, War of the Worlds.
Like Orson Welles?
Yeah, Orson Welles and The Shadow, stuff like that. Old school 1930s, 1940s stuff. And now it's stuck in my head. And not in a good way, because they're cool in their own way, but at the same time, they're terrible.
Right.
Absolutely talentlessly terrible.
Even the War of the Worlds.
Everybody has that it's called Mid-Atlantic. Is that what that accent's called? That fake accent that we made up in the 30s? Is it called Mid-Atlantic or Mid-Pacific or?
I know the one you're talking about.
A fact checker. Look that up.
Look that up.
It's how, for some reason, in the 1930s, every white uppity American thought they had to speak almost like some hybrid British accent.
Yeah. You are correct. It is the Mid-Atlantic accent.
Yeah, Mid-Atlantic accent. Everybody spoke that way.
I don't even remember what it sounds like off the top of my head.
It's very hyper. Corny. It's very hyper and very over the top. It's almost. It's made up. It's a made up. We made it up.
Do we have a clip at all?
I don't know. Let me see.
Okay. I think I know what you're talking about.
Listen, I made a great reporter out of you, Hildy, but you won't be half as good on any other paper, and you know it. We're a team, that's what we are. You need me, and I need you, and the paper needs both of us.
American.
Oh, all right, go ahead.
Listen, Walter, please.
If you've ever heard Listen, Walter, please. It's really over the top British.
It's not exactly British, but that well enunciated, fast talking.
Can you imagine anybody talking like that? That'd be terrible.
They've got that cadence to their voice, that octave rhythm. Yeah.
Movies or newsreels from the 30s or 40s, then you've probably heard that weird old-timey voice. Okay. This type of pronunciation is called the transatlantic or mid-Atlantic accent. And it isn't like most other accents. Instead of naturally evolving, the transatlantic accent was acquired. Now this means that people in the United States were taught to speak in this voice.
Oh,
the more you know.
That's horrible.
Why was that again? Just because they thought it sounded
better? They thought it sounded good.
See, that's the thing is you go back and watch those movies, and it's kind of hard to catch everything they say.
Yeah.
Because they talk so fast, and it doesn't sound natural. You're like, what?
It's almost like the British as well. I mean, didn't the British not speak with an accent? Didn't they speak more like how we speak English? And then the Queen decided to, I think it was some royalty decided to like make it sound posh because they say this is how we should talk.
There's a bunch of different English accents. Yeah. Liverpool, the London.
It's all
Cockney.
We don't cuss on this version of the show yet.
No, of course not. Of course not.
Shame.
Messing up, man. We got to get used to it. We got to get back on track.
Scrape that rust off, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
So anyway, yeah. So I had to listen to a whole lot of old time radio, and I got it stuck in my head. And one in particular is The Shadow. I mean, The Shadow is absolutely not good. I mean, okay, listen. The idea, the concept of Shadow is fun. It's a guy that's in the shadows, and you can't see him. How cool? That's not cool.
Wait,
that's pretty cool.
Like a creeper?
No. You can't see him, and it's like a creeper. That's what it's like to me.
Like he's just in your house? Like, what if you turn on the lights?
You can't see him because he's in the shadows.
But if you turn on a flashlight?
There's always a shadow.
That makes no sense.
There's always a shadow in the house. In the cracks of the house, he's in everywhere.
So
Any shadow. Ghost? I've listened to all the shows. I know. I'm an expert. I got a PhD in The Shadow. It doesn't matter. You could turn all the lights in a sunny day. You're still going to have a shadow someplace.
That just shows you like the different mentality. Because if you tried to pitch that today,
it wouldn't work.
The molester. Like, that's all you're going to get. He's in the shadows. You can never escape him. That's a horror movie.
Oh, yeah. Easily. Let me see. I have an example of it. Hold on.
The poor guy goes to the chair. That's what he gets for being a sucker. Yeah, there's not a clue that even points our way.
Okay, so this one is two guys. They just committed a murder, and they pinned it on somebody else.
Okay,
I listened to this one. And they pinned it on somebody else, and they're talking about how they're going to get away with it, and the other guy's going to die in the electric chair. Okay?
Okay.
And no one's going to know about it, see? No one's going to know.
Prince, we had gloves on all the time. You had yours off for a minute when you were sitting next to him. Yeah, but I didn't touch the wheel. And we ain't left a clue.
You think so?
Who said that? You, Lippy? No, I thought it was you.
It was I. You cannot see me.
Who are you? And where are you?
I am here in the room, in the shadow.
That is so creepy.
That's the shadow. That's the protagonist in the show sounds like a creep.
Like a dead-eyed 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah.
You just imagine, I'm in the corner.
Yeah. The voice is the worst. It's not a cool voice. It's just this morbidly perverse voice.
You get the feeling that he's like diddling himself.
Yeah. He's like, what are you doing? You can't see me.
I'm watching you.
But I'm in the shadow. Where are you? I'm in the shadow.
Don't move.
I'm jerking my penis. You can't see me.
That's just weird.
But you can't see me. So it's not weird. I could see you, but you can't see me.
Why does the curtain keep moving?
It's not moving. I become dematerialized until I step into the light.
He's Dr. Manhattan.
And you can't see me. You might be able to see my jism.
This room is full of stains.
Once it breaks free of my primordial body, it no longer is a magical object. It becomes more part of the real world.
Was there ever an explanation as to why he could do that?
You know,
or if he was even a person?
In the movie and in the comic books, he learned, I believe, from Arab magic, I want to say.
Okay.
He learned some like special powers and stuff like that.
Like in Egypt. I think it was Egypt. It's actually a cool concept. The concept's awesome, and the movie did okay, if I remember correctly, but the radio show, he's nothing. You can't see him. That's not cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's why it works
you
for
need
radio.
to have a figure. You need to have a figure you can see, muscle bound dude with some cool, like trench coat and a jacket. Instead, you get this guy you never can see.
So you want your version of the Shadow to be Shaft?
You have pinned your crime on an innocent man. He shall not suffer. But you will.
I don't know who you are, where you are, but you're bluffing anyway. You got no evidence. We didn't leave a clue.
You did leave a clue.
And let me tell you about it.
That will send you to the chair.
Where was it? You're lying.
Alec Baldwin was in the movie?
Hey, try not to talk over the bit.
Nah.
That. Keep thinking about it. Keep thinking about the clue that you forgot.
He talks like an autistic moron too. No offense, Andrew, but he talks. He's all keep thinking about it.
It reminds me of the South Park. He's got a raging clue right now.
Keep thinking about it.
It's just creepy. That's like an Emperor Palpatine evil villain laugh.
It's over the top.
And he's the good guy?
Yeah.
Margot Lane. Paul Gordon is in the death house and is to die in the chair tonight. I am going to him now.
Why does he sound like Dracula? That's what he sounds like. And I am going to him.
Was it the children? Was it the Children of the Night?
Andrew.
What? Who's there?
This is your audition. You better do good.
Yeah, this is what's going to get you in the movie.
Yeah.
Andrew.
What? Who's there? Who goes there?
I know that you have masturbated over Thomas.
I've done no such thing.
The Shadow knows.
You have no proof.
The proof is you accidentally jizzed on me.
Who are you?
You have allowed somebody else. I don't know where I'm going with this. I just want to say that you're hung very well, Andrew. But nobody else knows.
But the Shadow.
But the Shadow knows. You must come
right there,
clean.
you turned it into the molester.
Oh, totally. You masturbate over Thomas while you're working out at the gym doing deep squats and you think nobody knows?
I mean, they don't?
Well, the Shadow knows.
So if I'm well endowed, like how, like comparatively, like where?
He's actually asking questions right now.
Let's be honest here, Andrew. Even if you are hung or you're well endowed,
your words, not mine.
Let's just say that. But your penile must have the same magic abilities of myself because nobody sees it unless it's in the shadow, and only you know, and the Shadow knows.
Don't go nowhere. The Rain Man Show will be right back.
Have you ever wanted something so bad that you do just about anything for it? Well, that's exactly how we feel about you. That's right. AdamandEve.com wants you so bad. We're giving you 10 free gifts with your first order. You heard me right. That's 10 free gifts to spice up your love life. First, you'll get a sexy surprise for her. Second, an adventurous toy for him. And third, a little something we know you'll both enjoy. Plus, you'll get 6 full-length adult movies on DVD. And number 10, free shipping on your entire order. That's 10 free gifts for you shy types who've never tried Adam and Eve before. Just go to AdamandEve.com and select any one item. It could be an adventurous new toy, a sexy piece of lingerie, or anything you desire. Just enter offer code DEAL30 at checkout and you'll get all 10 free gifts, including free shipping. That's offer code DEAL30. That's DEAL30 at AdamandEve.com.
Welcome back. You're listening to The Rain Man Show on Rain Man Digital with your host, Michael Flores.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Rain Man Show, RM Channel 001. Lots of changes going on the network this year. Lots of our plans. I think we should probably clue people in on our plans for 2016.
I'm just surprised we have plans.
We do. We do have plans. We have a couple big things in the works that hopefully I can talk about in the next couple months. I'm going to be busy. Though, like, we're going to be, okay, this is what we're doing. We're coming back for Rain Man Show. We'll be here for 2 weeks. Then we'll be gone for another 2 weeks because, I know, it sucks, but we're going to be gone for another 2 weeks because if you guys don't know this, Maggie and I are getting married. I have not said this on the air. I think on an actual date, we're getting married in February, and we'll be gone for a few weeks to take care of that business. And obviously, I can't do a show I'll probably get divorced.
Right.
If I try to do a show.
That is the official announcement.
Oh, for what? For my wedding?
Yeah.
Yeah, wedding bells. Can you hear them?
Mm-hmm.
So chipper. I don't know. I mean, Maggie and I have been together for 5 years, so yeah, it's about time. And plus, it's not very special anymore. So stupid. So stupid.
You're like, I wrote it out so this way we won't have to spend that much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Man, let's just get married. Who cares? All right. So now the focus this year is going to be RM Channel 001. That's our internet feed that you can pick up on tunein.com. Just search RM Channel 001, as well as, of course, our app. But the thing is that most people who are coming across things are going to stumble across the TuneIn channel because of all the millions of people who tune in there. Plus what we're doing now, we have our schedule up there, our daily schedule. We have, and it'll actually show what show is broadcasting, whether it be Rain Man Show or Weird West Radio or Back to Tank, Star Wars, DC on CW. And that also goes into effect the fact that we are going to, or leads to, I should say, that we're going to be doing a lot of live. That's going to be our focus. Live broadcasts. For almost every show that we can possibly do a live broadcast, that's what we'll be doing, and we'll be focusing on the TuneIn channel to get it out there. Also, video. We'll be doing video casts, which I think is like, it's kind of like 5 years too late almost. Like, not too late. I don't think it's too late, but it's something I'm surprised we didn't try to really delve into many years ago, and I figured, let's just do it. That's why the studio right now, if you guys look around, is all like moody. I had like a bunch of extra lights in here because I'm trying to kind of find the right amount of light that I want.
I thought that was Andrew setting the mood.
Yeah, for you.
Yeah. That's why I'm always so chipper.
So stupid.
Because he knows what's coming after the show. He's looking forward to it.
You know who also knows? The shadow knows as well. All right, so that's what we're going to be focusing. A lot of video and it's not going to be free, guys. I'm just going to tell you that right now. So if you want video, it'll be an additional option. It's too much work. I was thinking about giving it away for free, but I looked into it. I'm like, we give away so many shows for free. Everything on this network's for free. And it's going to require a lot of additional work to do video. So I don't think it's going to be free. But we will have a Roku channel as well. So make sure you guys get the Roku box because we will have a channel hopefully live within the next, I'd say, 4 to 8 weeks. Our Roku channel will be live, which you'll be able to get our live channels, audio, also all of our on-demand podcasts, including this show, and any video cast that we'll be doing with those shows. All that will be free, but the video side will be paid just because it requires a lot of additional work. So imagine. Basically, you're doing triple work. So, Andrew, if you want some work on that, you can do that.
I'm in.
Oh, you are. So lots of things that we're going to be doing to keep ourselves busy and so that we can make a little bit of cash on the side so that Thomas doesn't have to keep, selling his ass.
Drugs, yeah. Oh, or my ass, I suppose. Both?
Yeah. A lot of things happened while we were away during break that we didn't really get into. Star Wars Force Awakens came out. Yes. Bill Cosby got arrested.
Again?
No, for the first time.
Was it the first time?
Yeah, he got arrested.
They finally got him. They finally got him.
I know. Yeah, well, look out, Tony. That means someone might come and get you as well.
Yeah. And now you're next.
Yeah. Also, celebrities have been dropping off like flies,
left,
dying.
Right, and center, man.
Yeah, which, really fast, Tony, bring up a list of the celebrities that have died for me.
I can think of 3.
There's been so many, man. Okay. But before that, really fast, it'd be remiss not to discuss Star Wars Force Awakens really fast. This isn't a Star Wars show. This isn't a geek show necessarily.
Right.
And as we left the show, we left you guys last year with a Force Awakens contest that Andrew failed miserably. He ended up not going. David ended up going. Andrew shouldn't have gone. Honestly. No. I mean, he didn't deserve to go after that poor performance. Come on, that poor performance.
Okay, hold up.
No.
Have you seen the Hindenburg disaster?
You told me it was going to be something other than what it was?
No, I said it was a contest.
Between other people.
I never said between. You assumed.
Even if it was between other people, you still had to know the answers.
If it was a contest between other people, I could just shush when I didn't know the answer to.
No, you didn't know. You wouldn't have gotten anything right. If you imagine,
it's not my fault.
Imagine if you were competing against people, Andrew. You would have did worse than you did on your own when we were giving you hints.
It's not my fault.
We gave you answers.
Were Padme.
Excuses.
So Force Awakens, it didn't disappoint, but at the same time, it's kind of weird. If we can take George Lucas and combine him with JJ, I think you'd have almost a perfect movie. I think that the issues I had was the movie itself wasn't bad. It was a good movie, but you can tell George Lucas was missing. There was something about it. It felt like Star Wars. It did. But there's something that was slightly missing about it. And I still can't pinpoint it. I don't know if it's the in-depth political storylines that he likes to tell. I know this is just the beginning, and I think the next two movies will tell how well JJ actually laid out the footwork and the groundwork for this movie. But I think as a standalone movie, it felt good. I mean, the movie was fine.
I mean, for me, I agree. I think George Lucas missing made something else feel like it was missing as well. I think if you had Lucas as the idea man with Abrams as the filmmaker, like actually the one shooting it and doing the filming aspects, you'd have a much stronger setup. And I think part of it comes from the fact that it feels so much like A New Hope.
Yeah, but you know what? I know a lot of people are saying that, but the thing is that JJ delivered the movie that the majority of people wanted.
It's the movie that most people wanted.
Yeah, I mean,
I understand that.
You and I didn't have a problem. You know why you think that? Because you and I are one of the few people in the Star Wars fandom that didn't think the prequels were miserable.
No, I don't.
And that's the thing. Like, the people who hated the prequels wanted the original feel.
Yeah.
So then he gave them the original feel, and they're like, "Oh, it's too much like episode 3."
Well, they're never going to be
episode 4.
They're never going to be happy. Star Wars fans.
No, and you can't make movies for them. The people who like to complain. Yeah. All right. So do you have that list, Tony? Of
yes, I do.
Celebrity
I do
deaths?
have that list.
Do you have the one from just the start of January?
I actually went back to like even December.
Okay.
Only one death really stood out for me in December, and that's Scott Weiland.
The lead singer of Stone Temple Pilots.
But all I want to say is that, unfortunately, I don't want to make it sound really bad, but his death wasn't surprising.
Oh, God, no.
Okay, so what is the list?
Okay,
Without further ado.
just in January, leading off with Motorhead frontman Lemmy Kilmister.
Yep.
Okay.
The shocking one of all, he kept it under secret for a while, David Bowie.
Mm-hmm.
Alan Rickman was also another one that just came out of the blue. And more recently, founder of the Eagles, or co-founder, Glenn Frey.
Yeah. Wow.
Four deaths. And
is that all we've had? It seems like there's
so
more.
Far, in just less than 3 weeks.
3 weeks, 19 days or so.
God, and they're all around the same age too.
And I sort of like made the comment that with Fry and like Bowie and Kilmister, I mean that's one hell of a band. That's an all-star band right there.
All of them were like 69 or 70, I think, too.
And Cancer as well.
Cancer for Rickman and Bowie.
Yeah. Oh, Kilmister also Cancer.
Was it Cancer?
Yep.
Damn. That's getting everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird how it all happens. It just all hits at one point. All the celebrity deaths. It usually comes in threes. They say that's like the stereotype now, the cliche where it all comes in threes. This was like what, 6, all at once.
Yeah.
Damn it! I mean, this is
4 in 3 weeks.
15 since the start of the year.
Wait, 15? What list do you have?
Yeah.
I mean, what other deaths just in January?
Go ahead, fact checker.
Natalie Cole, daughter of Nat King Cole.
That's right.
Oh,
that's right. I forgot.
Oh my God.
Craig Strickland, frontman for Backroad Anthem, died at 29. Pat Harrington Jr.
Who's Pat Harrington?
I don't know. He's some dude of a 76.
So why are you naming these guys?
Yeah, people that we would know.
All right. David Margaias.
I don't know who that is.
He was
I think
Ghostbusters. Brian Bradford,
who
did the voice of Robin Hood in Disney's portrayal of that.
Yeah.
These are
you're not impressing us. You're not impressing us.
Wasn't trying to impress anybody.
Nat King Cole was the big one.
Natalie Cole.
Yeah.
Natalie Cole.
This is where we need to bring back the old bit from Mental Lives days where we did the death dealer. Like, if you could trade, I mean, we have all, look it, okay? I saw this meme, and it reminded me immediately of the death dealer. Like, listen, whoever's taking our rock stars, and Alan Rickman are celebs. Like, I present to you a whole line that people could take first. And it was basically the entire Kardashian family. And I'm like, yes.
Please.
Yes. Let's,
sort of like our own death pool list.
Yeah, you know what, Tony, you're the devil. Okay? And I'm going to make a deal with you. I want Bowie back.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me get some Death Dealer music.
All right. The price is going to be high, my friend, if you want his soul back.
The Chateau knows. I mean, we have what the hell?
This is Lord of the Rings. The Angel of Death, apparently.
Okay, listen, I mean, Tony, I mean, listen to me. Okay.
Satan.
Listen, I want Alan Rickman back, okay?
Okay.
And I will give you, not only will I give you Kanye West, but I will also give you Spike Lee.
Ooh.
Now, a easily offended man might think, well, Michael's a racist. He just gave up 2 black people. But I will also raise you 1 Khloe Kardashian. So I'll give you 3 souls for Bowie.
Well, I would probably counter with you and say those are the 3 souls that you're more than happy to give up.
Yes, that's true.
You're going to have to, I'll take 2 of them, but you're going to have to give up somebody that you don't want to give up.
Okay. I really love Kim Kardashian's ass. And it has a soul of its own. And its own gravity.
She gets flat butt for this deal?
Yes.
Is that it?
I'll give you Kim Kardashian's ass.
Nah, I'm sorry. That's eternal. That's immortal. So, you know, like
it can't be killed.
Yeah, you can't kill it. You got to do better than that.
I mean, who else? Thomas, who would you give up? If you could take
man.
Okay, you want Bowie back. Give me someone you want to give up. It's not that hard.
Will sheer numbers work? Will sheer numbers work? Like if I give you like 90,000 people, will that work?
90,000
like
depends on the group.
Back?
Depends on the group.
Look at Thomas. He knows 90,000 people he hates.
Quantity I will listen to. It would depend on the group.
Okay,
but remember what I said. You know, you can't just give up people that you don't want anymore. You gotta give me. No,
okay,
I mean, everybody still wants Bowie.
The Kardashian clan, will give you all them, throw in Kanye. And Kim Kardashian's ass, sorry, Mike. We'll give you the Westboro Baptist Church. Donald Trump.
Well, you know.
Hillary Clinton. Who else? What show do I hate?
You gotta give me somebody that's good.
Someone that
doesn't deserve to die.
Andrew.
Come on,
how about Andrew?
You.
Wait a minute here. Wait a second. Did you just try? This is Donald Trump here. In case you didn't know.
Damn it.
In case you didn't know, this is Donald Trump.
I don't want him anymore.
Did you?
Please take him.
Hold on. I have to have some say in this. Thomas, did you just give me up for Bowie?
Yeah.
You know he's gay, right? Bowie's gay. It's true. Look it up.
Okay.
It's true.
Okay.
It's true.
Did you fact check that?
Yeah.
Via Twitter?
I mean, he's doomed no matter what. He's going to hell just for being gay. It's true.
Mr. Cowley, I'm gonna have to say that, you know, I no longer want Trump. Because
he's your poster boy and you want to leave him here?
No, I prefer being the number one guy in hell.
This is Trump here, in case you didn't know.
No, I can see with your toupee, sir.
Are you saying that by default I'm going to heaven? That's a win. If you don't want me, I got to go someplace, right?
There's always in between.
I'll take that.
He just talks to himself in purgatory for eternity.
It's true. It really is he says that for everything. Like, he ends all his statements.
Always it's true.
He always says that he thinks that if he ends his comments with "it's true,"
because
it's going to solidify what he said is
half
fact.
Half of his audience is like, you know what? He said it's true. That's enough for me. That's good. I'm trying to think of who I would actually want. Who I'd be willing to give up. See, I don't know. I'd want Rickman back, actually.
You know what? We should start putting down betting lines. I think Cosby will not make it to the end of this year.
What do you mean? Like
you're going to take a bet now that Cosby's going to eat it?
I think that he's probably going to, the stress is going to kill him.
Yeah.
He's the most laid-back rapist I've ever seen.
I think that well, you never know. Maybe.
One of the things.
Who do you think? Let's wager who's going to go next. Let's just do this.
They're going to make me sad.
Trying to think of anybody that may have a drug problem.
Old celebrities.
My money, and I hate to say this, I don't even want to throw it out there.
Just do it. Do it.
Stan Lee.
Oh,
the guy's
I would probably say yeah. I would probably say yeah.
He can't be hanging on much longer.
No.
And that will break my heart. It will.
I'm glad that I took a picture with him at least.
Oh, I got one too. Yeah.
What about
and a signature.
Yeah.
Betty White?
Betty White is 97.
All right, hold on. And let's get this going. Let's put your money. I'm talking real cash on this.
Okay.
I got a buck in my pocket. I'll throw down.
All right.
Throw down. And who? Welcome, everybody, to Who's Gonna Die Next? Game show, courtesy of Rayman Digital.
Michael?
Hold on. You got to wait for the host to announce the rest, Tony.
Oh, okay.
What are you, Andrew? All right, so going over to Tony Sabal. How you doing today, Tony?
How's it going, sir?
With your winnings this week or today, what are you going to buy?
I am going to buy a wager that...
No, what are you going to buy if you win today, Tony?
If I win today, what am I going to buy?
What are you going to buy with your winnings?
I'm going to buy some cocaine and some hookers.
All right, Andrew, if you're the lucky one and you win the bet, what are you going to do with your winnings?
Probably go to a nice dinner at McDonald's.
Okay,
Jesus
boring.
Christ.
You're a pussy.
Jesus. Thomas, what are you going to do with your winnings if you win?
I'd probably pay off as many bills as I could to not have to work at all for as long as I could.
All right.
That's good. I like that.
Well,
And
you're in a room of low, you're not with high rollers here.
Low achievers, right?
So anything you win will probably get you a meal at McDonald's, like Andrew said.
Exactly.
All right. So up first, we'll take us to the Filipino himself.
Yes.
The most racist, self-hating Filipino there is.
All right.
Who do you wager will die first this year?
I will put down $20
on
our esteemed former president, George H. Bush.
Really?
George H. Really? Not
And
Carter.
how much money are you willing to put on that?
I will put a 20 on that.
A 20 spot. You heard it here first. $20 on Jimmy. Wait, who'd you say?
George H. Bush.
George Bush? You think? Is he? Wait, that's
George H.W. Bush is 91 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's 91.
Okay.
Wow.
George H. Bush. Do you have any insider info on that you know of? Or
Well,
you just
he likes to skydive on his birthday every time. One of these days.
Did you just say birthday?
I was going to say, what is...
Yeah,
what
birthday.
Day?
On his birthday, he likes to go skydiving. And I'm like thinking that at his age,
Tony's ghetto, dude. He's
not going to be able to pull that cord.
Yeah, so anyways,
he ain't going to be able to pull that cord, and that heart's going to go.
This chick gave me hair on my birthday.
Yeah.
All right. So George H. Bush, the good Bush. Well, the better.
The first one.
The first Bush. All right, Andrew. What do you put your money on, and give us our dollar amount?
I'm gonna stick with the politicians here. I'm gonna go with Nancy Reagan.
Ooh,
she's 94 years old, and I'll throw a fat dollar on that.
All right. So just $1?
That's all I got.
Minimum bet's $20.
What?
You are a wuss.
You won't
Can
have
I
to
do
you will
1999?
you
Can I
will
get a
not-
break, or-
You will not have to pay out until the end of the year. We'll do it at the end of the show, at the end of the year. If nobody quits.
If nobody quits. Okay,
Judging by
you're telling me
Thomas's whole demeanor, I think he's going to quit next week. All right, so $20 minimum bet.
All right, fine.
Although, if you want,
can I double down?
You can,
I'm gonna double down.
Oh, you'll double down, which means it'll be 40. Okay, and that means Tony's will now double as well.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. All right, Thomas, who do you put your money on?
I'm not going to go the political route because those people never seem to die, no matter what. I think there's some, dark rituals going on where they feast on the blood of the innocent. So they're not going to die. I am going to sadly put my money on two that'll break my heart. I'll put on two that could pass because
I want a second one too.
I said I was going to double down, and I didn't even get to name my second one.
Well, if Thomas is going to name two, I want to name a second.
Well,
one.
hold on. Thomas is the middle
first
speaking.
Stanley. The guy's ancient. He's awesome. I love him, but he can't have that many years left.
Okay.
And that would just be sad. And last year showed us a bunch of sad deaths as well. So I'm going to go with one out of left field and say Meryl Streep.
So Meryl Streep.
Just because nobody would see that coming. She's a little bit older. Robin Williams, nobody saw it coming. I'm going to go for the wild card on that.
Meryl Streep.
Yeah.
That's pretty risky. Meryl Streep is only 66.
So $20 on Meryl Streep. One more. Who else?
Stan Lee.
Oh, you picked Stan Lee.
Yeah,
okay, so $40. All right, Andrew, go to pick your next one. Sorry.
Betty White.
Betty White. I'm going to go with...
Betty White at 94.
No original thought coming from me. I have to agree, Stan Lee is on his way out.
Yeah.
He's very old. He's done nothing with his life for the last 10 years, so he's really just wasted time. I mean, let's be honest. He's on borrowed time as it is.
He's 93.
Yeah. The devil's been knocking for quite some time. $20 on Stan Lee, and I'm also going to go with Betty White.
You can't take my thing.
Yeah. I was thinking Betty White as well. Look, simmer down, Andrew.
Fair. I said it first.
Okay, all right. I think Andrew's going to die, okay?
I got $10 on that.
I think somebody's got a sniper rifle on that one.
My God, do we really suck? Or is this guy really that good?
If you have to ask, it's probably a little bit of both. The Rayman Show will be right back.
RM Channel 001.
All right, we're back. Rayman Show on RM Channel 001. You can find us on your TuneIn app. Just search RM Channel 001. Add us to your favorites. Follow us. Also, you can download the Rayman digital app. My mom listened to an uncensored Rayman broadcast during winter break.
How'd that go?
Well, she was addicted to the Rayman Show when it was on terrestrial radio.
Okay.
So she got used to listening to it. She said, I really want to listen. And we were driving we were driving through wine country, and we had nothing to do. And we talked already for hours. And she said, why don't you put on one of your shows? And I'm like, all you haven't listened to is an uncensored show. So not only did she listen to her first uncensored show, but she listened to it with me present.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. That's awkward.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, and it was very uncomfortable. And it was the last show of the year, which, was pretty clean for the most part.
Until the
end.
It's
funny. Yeah, she didn't get that far. Okay. She ended up turning it off about an hour and a half in. And it's funny her interpretation of me. She was very offended that I said the F word. She allegedly doesn't believe that I've ever said that word. So she's like, I can't believe you say that. She was upset. But she's smiling. I see her in the mirror rear view laughing. So I'm like, okay, so it's good. You just want you just want to be that parent that says, that's not good. You shouldn't be acting like that, But I think she's a human being, and I think she knows it's funny.
Yeah.
Although I think halfway through she got a little upset at some stuff because she started attacking me about my tirade on Obama.
Uh-huh.
And I said, well, hold on. First off, I don't hate Obama. I think he's a terrible president not because of his let me just clarify this for all our new listeners out there. I don't think he's a terrible president necessarily because of his policies. I think him being a president hasn't really worked out for this country in terms of it's split this country apart. Yeah. And it hasn't been a good 8 years for our country. It really hasn't.
It's honestly surprising how bad it's been for a bunch of dumb reasons.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's staggering.
And in the final show, that's kind of what I was talking about. It wasn't, belligerent. It wasn't me like going off on Obama. And she's all, you really hate him, don't you? And I'm like, no, actually I don't. Are you not listening to the show? And I said, you are the listeners I hate. You're the people who only hear what they want to hear. Yeah, I was like, Mom, don't ever listen to my show again. Don't listen to my show ever. You're not allowed.
Yeah, that's weird because my mom and I can swear around each other all the time. She gave up on that pretense a long time ago. So I don't worry about anything I say around her. But my dad, though, is the opposite because he grew up Mormon. So he doesn't even like that I drink coffee.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Your dad was Mormon?
My dad was Mormon until he was about 15. Then he said, screw this.
That means you're Mormon by default.
Our family's the black sheep because he marries this redheaded Irish, Catholic
steamy
woman.
I know it's your mother, but steamy.
Thanks for that, Mike. Great visual. So our family is the Black
Thomas,
Sheep
listen,
family.
your mom's steamy. She's redhead Irish. That's the best. And you else, you know who else knows, Thomas?
My dad.
The shadow knows. When she thinks she's alone taking showers.
Okay.
Guess what? The shadow
all the lights
on. Water casts a shadow.
Jesus Christ.
The shadow knows all too well. Go ahead and continue.
No, it's just my mom and we swear, and she doesn't care about half the anything that I say. But my dad will be the one who's like, you swear too much. Why are you drinking coffee? It's not good for you. Because even though he does all that stuff himself.
Oh, typical Mormon.
He's still got Mormon. It's still ingrained in him.
Oh, it's bad. You shouldn't masturbate. Meanwhile. Oh, my God.
Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah.
Just like that? Who told you? The shadow?
Yeah, he did.
Hey, Thomas.
It's a really weird text message.
Thomas. I don't know if you know this, but I've been watching your father at night. At night, I have free reign to look everywhere.
Oh, God.
And
this is going to haunt my nightmares.
Yanks it vigorously.
Vigorously?
And he speaks to his penis in a mid-Atlantic accent. You know how I know? Because the shadow knows everything. All right, we need to go into news. But before we go into news, I finally had my first conversation with Kaylee was yesterday. Since she quit. Remember she said she'll call me right back?
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, on a text message, hey, by the way, I can't do the show no more. I'm moving on. I'll call you.
Yeah.
4.5 weeks later, she calls me literally yesterday. She sends me a text message and says, hey, are you available for a call? And I didn't want her to ever put it on me, so I immediately responded. I said, yep. She called me, and it's exactly what I said. She said, no, it wasn't a diva. I said, yeah, and I told Kaylee, I said, Kaylee, listen, we all know why you quit. You're a diva. You want the spotlight to be on you, and it wasn't enough of you. And she's, oh, no, it wasn't that. It was, she went on this thing about, she was very nice. She wasn't mad when she was talking. But she said that it was because she was afraid her image and how people would look at her as some sexual deviant that only dated Asians. And I'm like, and I said, okay, and I stopped her. I said, hold on for a second, Kaylee. Number one, let's backtrack a little bit here, almost a year. And you're the one who fed into the whole Asian thing. I could have said it. You couldn't have given me nothing to go with, and it would have been over. You would give me topics for the news. The only topics that she would actually send were all Asian related. The only topic she sent me. And I said, and first off, I don't know what show you're listening to because this show isn't a very sexual deviant show. This isn't the Men with the Lives.
Yeah.
We talk about a lot of things.
That was a dark time.
Yeah. We get into uncensored-ish topics from time to time, but it's not anything that would actually offend people necessarily. And I said, and also, if someone does think that you like Asians, who cares?
Why is that a bad thing?
That's what I said. I said,
everyone's into something.
I said, why do you care if people think you like Asians? You do, right? She'll, yeah. Then who cares? And I said, I said, also, I don't think you're listening to the right show, Kaylee. I said, because 95% of the Rain Man show is designed to make fun of me. To make me look bad. Listen to all the stories I tell.
Yeah. That wedding one with you looking like a lesbian?
I mean, most of it, makes me look bad. Usually the joke is on me on the show. And then you need to go back and listen. Nobody was picking on you. Thomas gets it. Thomas plays his part. Tony plays his part. And I said, Kaylee, the only one that didn't play her part at the end was you. You would shut down. I knew there was a problem. You would completely shut down. And she's all like, well, yada, yada, yada. And she told me the same thing again. And I said, listen, Kaylee, honestly, I'm glad you quit. I said, because I can't have people here half-assed anymore. I'm like, those days are done. If you want to be, you're good. If you don't, go away, and I'll be okay with it after a while.
Anyway, cry for a while.
So everything's fine with her. Anyways, are we ready for the news, Thomas or Tony, or what's your name, Andrew?
I'm good.
All right, take us away, Andrew.
The Academy Awards may be stuck between a rock and a hard place. Chris Rock, the actor set to host, is facing pressure to bow out as host of the 88th annual Oscars with less than 6 weeks to go over mounting calls for boycotting the awards in response to the lack of diversity among Oscar nominees.
Isn't that based on who did well?
Yes.
I don't really get the whole hubbub, I guess, about it. I mean, I don't even know the whole story, but it's just that they're mad that there's not enough diversity in the nominations.
No, the idea is, let's go with the homie love a friend mentality where you have to back up your race, which I've never been into.
Understood that.
I've never understood that. I'm Mexican. There's lots of Mexican groups, and I do support certain Mexican causes, but I will not support a Mexican if he's a piece of shit or I won't, you know what I mean? Like, I have my own personality.
Have your own personality,
I won't back up a Mexican just because he's Mexican.
Right.
And I call that homie love a friend syndrome. Like, you can't just love black because they're black.
That's kind of dumb. I mean, nobody else should do that anyway. You should have your own thoughts and opinions on things.
And, okay, so going with that line of thinking, though, you're pressuring a black man to lose out on a high-paying gig because you are unsatisfied.
Which is completely counterproductive.
And it's going against what you want. Like, this is a black man, well-respected, very, I guess, well-to-do member of your class, if you want to call it that. And you're asking him to step down from a high-paying gig because you're not satisfied with what the Academy is doing this year.
Which makes how much sense?
It doesn't make sense to me at all.
It doesn't.
I don't get it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I see where they're coming from, but I don't agree with it, and I don't understand it. What else does the article say before we get into this too much?
On Monday's holiday celebrating Martin Luther King Jr., Spike Lee and Jada Pinkett Smith, spouse to Will Smith, who didn't get nominated, are both calling that they're not going to attend the awards.
Okay, first off, Will Smith will never get nominated for an Oscar. You know why? Because he's not a good actor.
He was?
No, he was good when he played the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air mentality for about 10 to 15 years after Prince of Bel-Air died and got canceled. After that, he played the same character forever. Now, he realizes he's got to play those dramatic roles. But if you watch his dramatic roles, he always looks like this. His eyebrows are really, really stressed when he's playing a sad guy. He looks like a Muppet. That's how he plays. He's not a good actor. He's not a bad actor. He's just an average actor.
You always see Will Smith.
Can't we just say that's the reason why he didn't get nominated? Because you're just not Academy quality.
Also, look at how good some of the other nominations were this year.
Yeah.
It was steep.
The Revenant.
It was steep. You bring up a good point. DiCaprio gets snubbed all the time.
He's not crying.
Do you see him boycotting and saying there's something?
He tries
there's
harder
some
next year.
conspiracy out against him.
I think the biggest issue here is that the spouse of someone who isn't nominated is calling for people to not attend.
I agree.
Awards.
Yeah. That's bad sportsmanship, right?
That's absolute bogus.
Yeah. Spike Lee, Spike Lee's being Spike Lee. That's just what he does.
Yeah,
he's I wouldn't say he's racist, but he's a prejudiced person.
I'll say it. He's racist.
The thing is Jada Pinkett Smith. This is my message to you, Jada Pinkett Smith and Spike Lee. Instead of boycotting and demanding that accolades be bestowed upon a certain race because you think it's necessary and you think someone's acting prejudiced towards you, even though there isn't a problem within the Academy. People are nominated who are of black color all the time.
12 Years a Slave won in 2013.
The last 2 years, 2014 and 2015, hasn't had any in the upper echelon of the awards. Fine.
No, it has. Best Supporting Actress.
Who?
12 Years a Slave. Lupita, I can never pronounce her last
2013.
name. 2013.
But not 2014 and 2015.
It was the 2014 awards.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're going to cut off by 2 years? Really?
That's what they're saying.
Oh, everything in the last 2 freaking years. Yeah, okay, well, every place in the next 2 miles or the 2 blocks of my house has no food, restaurants for me to go to, so this is bullshit.
Is there a list of...
What?
Now, this is the thing what I'm saying. This is my message to Jada Pinkett Smith and Spike Lee. If you're unhappy with the nominations, what you do is you work harder to get nominated. And I'm not just saying you. Jada Pinkett Smith, instead of worrying about your next Scientologist film or Spike Lee, your next anti-white message, why don't you guys put together a program where you help find new up-and-coming black talent? And you then take this money that you're going to invest and you fund Academy-worthy projects.
There you go.
Where your whole focus is to get black talent up in the spotlight within the academic world, within the art world. That's what you do. The plain and simple truth is right. They just didn't get nominated because the Academy didn't either comprehend it, which is, I think, which is, in my opinion, that's what happened to the actor. And look that up because I don't want to do any injustice to him.
I got it.
The actor that played Eazy-E in Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah.
The reason why
I'm amazed that wasn't
the reason why that movie wasn't nominated for more is for one reason, not because of racism, is because most of the Academy members are 60, 70 years old. And I was reading this article. In the article, they couldn't comprehend the police. And look at their age. I get it. They couldn't comprehend it.
What was I supposed to be looking up?
The actor that played Eazy-E.
Yeah.
And then
Jason Mitchell.
God, fantastic performance. Oh my, probably the best of the year was
and
him.
There, there's your point. Help them get better movies and make better movies if you care that much, rather than pushing your horrible son who can't act for crap.
Bad dude.
How can
he physically hurts me when he's on screen.
He's bad.
Yeah.
He's bad.
Stop giving him films because he doesn't deserve a single one.
And so that's all I'm saying is that instead of worrying about boycotting, why don't you put your money where your mouth is and help do your part to bring up and coming talent to get nominated. And then if that doesn't work, then I might back up your plan of boycotting a racist event. But until then, don't cry. What is that? All the article says, Andrew?
More or less, they just kind of complain about how there's not been a nominee in the last 2 years.
There's no Mexicans nominated either the past 2 years, supposedly. And guess what? Do you see me crying? No, because
I don't understand.
Once there's an Academy worthy, it's their thing, guys. If they feel like it's worthy, then it'll be nominated. Now, let's say the Academy had a habit of never, ever nominating black talent or Hispanic talent, then I would say, okay, there's a problem. But let's remember this, guys, is Hollywood is, by, I guess, for a better lack of words or explanation or description, Hollywood is kind of the hub of the leftist ideals and mentalities. Those people running the Academy and those people in Hollywood are probably the least of your worries. Those are the people who back you up, all the left ideals. That's the heart of leftist thought. Like, they're the ones who are on your side, and you're accusing them of prejudice.
Here's the thing. They're counting this year as the last 2 years. Because Chiwetel Ejiofor was nominated in 2013 for 12 Years a Slave.
Spike Lee was given an honorary award by the Academy last year.
That don't mean nothing.
So
that don't mean shit. Honorary bullshit.
See, this is where I hate him because he's a freaking hypocrite. If
he never got a chance to sit and sleep in the big house.
Guess who else? Guess who else got honorary? Honorary Bill Cosby got an honorary master's degree from a university.
Michael, you gonna let him sleep in the big house?
He's a rapist.
If Spike Lee is going to boycott this year, then I want to see him throw that trophy in the trash. Because apparently it doesn't mean anything to him. But if he keeps that bleeping thing and still boycotts this year, then you're a hypocrite, a liar, and a racist.
Well, they interviewed John Singleton. Do you have that link?
I do, yeah.
Can you bring that up for me?
Yeah, John Singleton, who was the first African-American nominated for the Best Director.
Up until about sorry to interrupt. Up to about 5 years ago, John Singleton was one of my favorite directors. He hasn't really done a lot in the last 5 to 10 years, but he was for many years one of my favorite directors. Go ahead.
He won the Best Director Academy Award in 1991 for film Boys in the Hood, and he doesn't have a problem with any of it. There's only so many slots, though, Singleton said in an interview with Variety. There are a couple of movies that may have warranted attention, but it's all suggestive. It's almost like the lottery.
Completely subjective.
And it makes complete sense. And this is a man who isn't filled with self-hate and insecurity. He's a man who's very secure with who he is, secure with his lot in life, and very happy for the amount that he has accomplished, whether you're black or white. I wish we had more people like this guy representing, I hate to say that, but representing the black voice.
Yeah.
He then goes.
Because this guy makes sense. There's no conspiracy, guys.
He goes on to say that he's not surprised. He's not disappointed either, as much as other people. But there's a whole elevation of work that happens that, blah blah blah, it didn't work.
There's a whole lot that goes into it. It's completely up to what the Academy, and they get to vote for that.
And it's a popularity contest to boot.
Yeah.
How many times do they say, "Oh, award shows don't matter"?
There's a lot of campaigning that goes in. It's politics.
There is.
And if you're not doing the grunt work or the groundwork, and you're not pounding pavement, then chances are you're not going to get nominated. What else do we have in the news, Andrew?
You can join the Queen's birthday celebration for a low price of £150.
Wow.
No, thank you.
People who want to attend the Mall Street party during the Queen's 90th birthday will have to fork out £150. Excuse me, £150. Euros? What is that?
Tony, find out what the difference is in the price
About like
comparison.
$200, I think.
Okay.
The Queen's grandson, Peter Phillips, announced that the ticket price and more details about the Patrons Lunch event on the 12th of June is helping to organize will all remain nonprofit.
How does pounds work? Is it actually like pounds of gold? Is that what it's equivalent to? Is that what they...
I don't know for
No.
No.
Because they don't use...
Yeah.
They don't use the system we do, whatever it's called.
The metric system?
No, they use the metric system.
We don't use it.
We don't. We use the stupid system.
Right.
Okay.
It would actually be cheaper for us.
Hold on. What else did the article say? And then Tony.
Let's see. Carnival Parade will make its way along the Mall Street, entertaining revelers. The Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh will take to the stage to listen to speeches marking...
The Duke. Why don't we have cool titles like that in this country? We got away from that. That's the only thing
you know why?
Why?
Historically, they wanted, like, they at first thought that the president should have, like, Lord or something
and be
like
a president, actually. They wanted Washington to be president.
It had, Hamilton thought the idea, or it was either, I think it was Hamilton, said that it should have, like, Lord or, King or something like that in the title. But the whole idea behind it was to bring the power down so that anybody could be it. So they wanted the title simply to be Mr. President.
Yeah.
How much was that again, Andrew?
£150?
Like $200.
£150. Yep, I think Thomas would be close. It's $212 US.
Yeah, it's like $1.50 for $1 per British pound.
One American dollar is equivalent to about 0.71.
Wait, so 200? How much is it equivalent to? 150?
Yeah,
150 pounds.
I don't want to do the math.
$212.
Yeah.
So $212 to see this old bitch for a fucking birthday? Jesus! Oh, please pay me! I'll grace your presence, all of you out there. I'll grace you, but it's gonna cost you £150. Okay, so Andrew, what else does it say
about the Queen's celebration?
No, you dumbass! The next news. Yes, of course. We're still on this subject.
10,000 guests, apparently. The vast majority of them will be representatives from the Queen's patronages.
And you can watch me unveil a new hat. I'm unveiling a new hat. Last year I wore a purple hat. Okay, what else do we have in the news? I'm done with this topic. Yeah.
Portland Community College will devote an entire month to whiteness shaming.
Oh, my God. What?
I don't believe this is real, but it absolutely is.
This idea was brought up by a black man, I can tell.
Portland
to bring us down. They're not happy that they split from us.
I could see Thomas signing up for this.
Oh my God.
Portland Community College has designated April Whiteness History Month, an educational project exploring how the construct of whiteness creates racial inequality.
What?
Continue.
I want somebody to
Andrew?
explain that sentence.
Continue first. Continue. It's full of good tidbits of information.
This article is insane. But the first
no commentary, please.
Whiteness History Month, Context, Consequences, and Change is a multidisciplinary, district-wide educational project examining race and racism through the exploration and construction of the whiteness, its origins, and its heritage. Scheduled for the month of April 2016, the project seeks to inspire innovative and practical solutions to community issues and social problems that stem from racism.
I bet we end up paying some crap.
I feel sorry for you, white man.
What is whiteness? The color of someone's skin who has low pigment. That's what it is.
No, it's much more than that, Thomas.
Oh, God damn it.
You guys are part of some...
God damn it.
You guys are part of some evil conspiracy against all other races, but particularly the black man.
If we were part of a conspiracy that were trying to keep everyone down, why would we let this kind of thing still happen?
It's science. Your pigment dictates... You will become a dictator, and you lord over the black man. What does the topic say, Al?
There's so much here, and it just doesn't make any sense. I know the Whiteness History Month's site makes clear that the project is not a celebratory endeavor like Heritage Months, but is rather an effort to change our campus climate by challenging the master narrative of race and racism through the exploration. Blah 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 blah.
So no blah blah blah. Okay, the campus.
It's just a circle
climate. Jerk. So, are you guys having lynching on your campus? Are people like spray painting the swastika? What type of campus climate is gonna dictate that you must now teach people the issue of white privilege?
Oh,
how is this learning?
They have a definition of whiteness is.
Think I'd know.
Because if there were swastikas being painted and there was lynchings on campus, then I'd be like, guess what? This college should be A, either shut down, or B, there needs to be some curriculum added.
There was some issues happening with the Portland Community College in regards to race, but
Is this in the article, or are you adding commentary?
No, this is stuff that's been happening for quite a while.
Only the article. Only the article. Go ahead and read the article. No commentary. Until after you read.
The initiative was conceived by a subcommittee of PCC's Cascade Campus Diversity Council, which noticed that evidence from hiring data, student-led research, surveys, focus groups, and college-wide emails and other sources have illuminated the underlying reality of whiteness embedded in the overall college climate.
Or, the fact that it's fucking Portland.
Like hipster
Let's
Mecca.
just throw that one out there.
When was the last time you saw a black hipster?
I don't know.
Lenny Kravitz was the original.
Yeah.
All right. What else does it say?
The ideology of whiteness, it continues, dates back to at least 17th century when white appeared as a legal term and social designator of determining social and political rights.
They don't even understand history. This is upsetting. And real quick, judging somebody based solely on the color of their skin and their race. Isn't there a word for that?
Racism.
First off, the original hierarchy of, let's take away white privilege, but the original hierarchy of privilege wasn't a white concept. It was a concept created back in Mesopotamia.
Yeah.
And those people weren't white.
No.
Okay,
far from
they're the original starters of privilege hierarchy. They started the hierarchy system of classes. They started the classes. Had nothing to do with the white pigmentation of someone's skin.
The pharaohs in Egypt, Rome itself, Italians, darker skinned folk, Mesopotamia, Africa selling their own people to white traders in exchange for guns.
What you get is a bunch of oversensitive people who think they're intelligent.
And they're so
and they come up with concepts that don't make sense. Anyways, what else do we have in the news? Andrew. Very racist news.
God damn.
Well, how about we get away from the race and go back in time millions of years ago with a bizarre Japanese T-Rex sex condom advertisement.
Huh.
What?
Yep. A bizarre advert for ultra-thin condoms has emerged from Japan featuring a fairly graphic CGI depiction of two T-Rexes having safe and very brief sex.
I don't think AIDS killed the dinosaurs.
But maybe oral did. Or anal, I should say.
Herpes?
Yeah.
Herpes?
Yeah, here we all this whole time we thought it was a giant meteor and it was actually hepatitis.
Hepatitis C.
Hepatitis C. All right, what else does it say?
Rather than the unusual soft focus innuendo of most contraceptive commercials, condom manufacturer Okamoto has taken prehistoric approach to promoting its new 01 prophylactic. The ad starts with a dramatic orchestral music as two fearsome tyrannosaurs roar at each other, and it turns out they're just doing it.
Okay, so T-Rex, whoever came up with that marketing, they need some help.
Needs to be shot.
And they need to be fired.
That is really funny, though.
Well, first up, does condoms really need marketing? Do we really need commercials for?
Depends on where you're marketing it at.
That's what I'm saying. Like, don't most people at this point in life know what condoms are? Do we? Oh, damn. I mean, they're not really saying, hey, guys, you're going to get diseases, or hey, guys, you're going to get somebody pregnant. It's just like a condom commercial and sex. Like, if they were teaching with the commercial, I might understand that because you're teaching awareness. But are you going to really see a condom commercial? Oh, damn, I got to go to the store and get some condoms.
No, you either have them because you use them, or you don't have them because you don't need them.
And listen, I've never used condoms. That's
what?
Yeah, and I've been lucky not to get any diseases. I'm that guy.
You sure?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. But I've never used condoms. Never.
Wow.
Yeah. Never,
you rolled
never.
the dice all those times.
I rolled the dice.
And you never went to Vegas.
Shame.
So when are we going to...
Shame.
Should we set aside the press conference now, years later, when you come out and it turns out you have AIDS with
usually
tiger blood?
Usually it takes 5 years to know if you have HIV. So listen, I've been with Maggie for 5. So I'm okay.
Any day now, right? That's why you moved up to marriage?
Yeah.
Shame. Shame.
I mean, come on. Is that something you do every time, Thomas?
Watch a T-Rex infomercial?
Condoms. Every time. Be honest.
Well, no, what's the question? What about...
Every time you've had sex.
Yes.
For the first time with a woman. You've used a condom.
Yes.
Jeez, I wish I was you. Dude, I'm like Tarantino on Planet Terror. I'm like the condom.
All the sex I've had, 90% of it has been with a condom.
I remember once I was with a girl who I didn't know very well.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, and I just met her, and I said, do you have a condom? Like I've never asked this, so I felt weird.
Did she laugh at you?
No, she says, would it be weird if I said yes? And I'm like, no. And I did. I put a condom
And you
on.
used it that time?
I did, but then I took it off halfway through.
Why? I don't like it.
Why? Because I felt like I knew her. All right, what else do we have in the news? Andrew.
Down syndrome people risk extinction at the hands of science, fear, and ignorance.
Wait.
It is the headline from the Telegraph. Down syndrome's people fear risk of extinction.
Oh, wait, are they a species?
Care?
Are we putting them on a protected list? Can we no longer hunt them? Are they going to be put on a reserve? Like, what exactly does this mean?
The National Screening Committee has approved a simple blood test for Down syndromes, and that many ways is wonderful news. It should reduce the need for invasive testing procedures, which trigger around 350 cases of miscarriages each year when they test for the disorder. But what do most women do when their baby tests positive for Down syndrome? They abort. Around 90% of pregnancies that involve the condition end in termination. In 2014, nearly 700 abortions were carried out for this exact reason.
Okay. I failed to... And this will say that I'm a monster. I failed to care.
Even I feel uncomfortable.
Well, okay.
I don't know where to talk about this. Like,
read the news article.
I know that, but I was waiting for...
Don't worry about the commentary. Just read.
Reading.
Yeah.
The rise is blamed on the rise in abortions, rather, is blamed on increased access to blood tests via private clinics. And American campaigners warn the risk of extinction of the disorder.
Oh, my God.
Pause there.
Wouldn't that be
Thomas.
Yes.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't this a form of eugenics?
Yeah. Kinda. Which I support.
No, be honest. Be truthful.
I support eugenics.
No.
Not everyone deserves to have children.
Hold on. The real... hold
concur.
on. Back in the 30s, dude, and the 40s, there was a eugenics craze.
Yeah.
Where doctors were illegally sterilizing people they deemed unsuitable to have children.
Uh-huh.
These people were as young as 14 and 15, 16 years old, and they were mostly minorities. Come on, you're way too smart to believe that.
That is the mindset of the 30s and 40s, which is way too young, and B, racist. However, I completely support the idea that not everyone should be able to have kids willy-nilly. The fact that you have to take a test to drive a car, that you have to try out to get a job, that you have to do all these things and pass all these exams for every other aspect of life, yet you're allowed to just have a kid, which you've shown no responsibility for, no understanding of how it works. That's why kids are not getting vaccinated these days.
Yeah.
And the fact that this whole movement of saying how it's like, quote, towards extinction, frankly, that's how the world's supposed to work. Those that could not survive do
survival
not
of the fittest.
reproduce.
Yeah. Darwin.
That's the same reason of because of medicine, the same reason of keeping everybody alive and healthy is why peanut allergies can kill people nowadays. And it's on the rise. How many kids do you know you can't have peanuts around them? Or
penis?
Peanuts.
Oh, I think it's penis.
Well, all the kids, Mike, heads up. You can't have peanuts around the kids.
Andrew is okay with that.
But acting like this is a bad thing, that they're going to be extinct. I mean, ideally, does anybody want people to have to live through life with Down syndrome if the option was not there? Like if you could have...
This is, and maybe I'm not too educated on the topic.
Okay.
To me, first off, I think was it pro-choice? Pro-choice.
Pro-choice.
I think anybody should be able to do what they want with their bodies.
But because of eugenics, not everyone would get pregnant in the first place.
However, I would personally, now, if the kid had like an arm coming out of his head and he had a massive mutation because I accidentally married my sister, okay, and then get rid of the child, abort the child. But Down syndrome, I don't think, for me personally, I would not do that because for the most part,
your choice.
Down syndrome people are pretty damn normal.
They're smarter than most people.
Yeah, so it's got what next? Like, think about it. In my opinion, it kind of goes down a slippery slope. What next? We're going to euthanize or abort people that may have autism? Are we going to do it? Like, is that do you support eugenics like that?
I support eugenics in the fact that on paper we should be trying to have a better race.
Or do you
see?
I support more the eugenics side of things of being able to go in to the fetus and remove.
If we could do that,
if we're able to
that would be
remove,
ideal.
like, okay, this person, I'm going to move the alcoholic trait in his genes.
No, don't do that.
Boom, take it. I'm not the ability to want alcohol, but I'm talking the addiction,
the predisposition.
Yeah, get rid of that. I'm okay with that type of eugenics. Hey, he's pro. Your family's prone to cancer. I'm gonna take that type of eugenics. I'm for, but just taking a life because that person doesn't deem that person.
But it's
able
a couple
to live.
Of things.
To me, that is going too far.
But it's nobody's choice except the parents. And if they get the test and it says that they're positive for, arm on head syndrome or whatever,
it's
nobody's.
It happens in India all the time.
It's nobody's. It's nobody's.
We
decision.
just gave birth to Gilgamesh.
It's nobody's decision but that family. So get out of their lives. Now, if we could go in and make it so that, genetically there were not problems, I'm all for that. But I still support the eugenics idea behind the concept that not everyone deserves to have kids. Not everyone can prove to be a competent parent. I mean, we take kids away from parents now after they've messed up for years. It's called CPS.
Mm-hmm.
So why not start that earlier? Why not have it where you don't have to worry about teen pregnancy because they're, for whatever reason, they can't have kids until a certain age and they pass a test that shows that they're capable of raising a human life, something that you find so valuable. If you care about pro-life, then you have to care about them beyond birth.
Right.
Which nobody does.
Yep.
And that's my problem. They're hypocrites.
I agree with that.
So, I mean, again, letting this test happen and letting people make the decision, do you want to abort or do you want to raise this child, is their decision. It's not an extinction. It's not like we're rounding them up neo-Nazi style.
I do think they're a species, though.
You think they're a species?
Well, why do they all look the same?
Oh my God. They're not Asian, Michael.
Listen, all black people have black skin. Asians have, the eye shape.
It's a chromosomal defect. That is part of that.
It's a species. Just like the Neanderthals?
Yeah, maybe.
All right, so what else does the article say?
The article delves into, the rest of the article is strictly opinion, but it cites the fact that Down syndrome, people with Down syndrome can be big stars. They can be TV stars. They can hold down solid jobs. They can run restaurants. They can own businesses.
So what?
They could also shit their pants
and
at the gym while working out.
They could be a great person. They could be a piece of shit too.
Yeah.
Are they? I've never seen a Down syndrome guy. They're usually pretty.
They usually overcompensate because they know that something's wrong with them and they have to be nice to people. Otherwise, they'll get ostracized.
Ostracized? What the hell is that?
That's the Nazi way of saying it.
I was going to say.
Oh, they better treat us nice. Otherwise, we put them in Auschwitz. What else do we have in the news? Final topic.
A man makes his wife walk naked through the streets after catching her messaging other men.
Sounds like he's got it on lockdown.
Way to go. Man of the year so far.
Oh, God. Tony chiming in on this story.
Listen, let's open up an Oscar category for that.
This is straight out of Game of Thrones is what it is.
Oh, yeah.
A shocking moment. A woman is allegedly made to walk naked through the streets of New York after claims her husband caught her messaging other men.
Do we have a race?
In New York?
In New York.
Wait, who's the lucky individuals that got to see that happen?
Yeah.
Was she hot?
The video that they posted has all of the identifying stuff blurred out.
Okay, go ahead.
The video posted online, however, does show the woman in a towel before the man eventually pulls it away, exposing her body to everyone in the street. She just desperately tries to preserve her dignity, at one point attempting to dress herself with a canvas cover draped over a nearby motorbike.
Okay, hold on. I mean, look, this guy, she was messaging another guy. I mean, dude, you didn't walk in on her while she was diddling him, right?
I guess.
Then no harm, no foul, man. If you're that messed up about it, then just leave the relationship.
Well, also, okay,
and what was the context of this message is what I want to know. Those are the hard-hitting questions.
What situation, how did the events transpire to where she got into, from being caught by him with a text message to, all right, I guess I'll get naked and get in the car with you and we'll go downtown. Wouldn't you just freaking leave? Like, if someone's like, all right, your punishment is get naked and get in the car, we're going downtown so you can walk around, I'd be like, screw off, I'm going to my friend's house. And you can suck it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, did he have her at knife point or gun point? Violent, or did she like it? I mean, because why would she just voluntarily walk down the streets of New York?
And she's like, well, you caught me. I guess I'll get naked and we'll go downtown, and then be like, no, we're not. This is totally weird now. All of a sudden, this story is full of holes.
There's probably something deeper going on at their relationship.
Well, what does the article say?
Does it mention a leash and collar?
No, it doesn't. She's literally just 100% nude. In the video, he adds a pretty girl like you with 7 men. I don't know where that came from.
What?
That's what he says.
Just read it.
I am. A pretty girl like you with 7 men, you will pay the price. Now everyone can see. Now everyone can see.
That's aggressive, man. She wasn't.
No, Mike is right. I mean, exactly what was messaged.
According to information alongside the video, the man discovered his woman had been messaging multiple men, sharing naked pictures.
Oh.
Although this has not been verified. The video is, however, available on LiveLeak Uncensored, where it currently has over 9,000 views.
He's all, bitch, I just caught you text messaging 7 other dudes.
Now that's a man who owns his pussy.
Oh, my God.
Have you seen that? He's all, hey, listen, Shamika, come here. I'll forgive you, but have you seen that season finale of Game of Thrones?
It's straight out of the book.
I'm going to go get a bell from the Empire State Building store, and I'm just going to ring it as you walk naked. And then no harm, no foul. No backhand.
Oh, Jesus.
No pimp slap.
And I'll be behind you pimping.
No rapage.
Shame.
I will forgive you.
Shame.
You just got to walk down
Shame.
the street naked, just like that hot bitch did. What's her name?
Cersei.
Cersei. And afterwards, you gotta have sex with your brother.
Shame.
God.
Oh,
Shame.
That's just weird.
All right, everybody. That's it for today's show. Thank you for bearing with us. I think it was a little rusty.
A little bit.
But
we've been away for a while.
Yeah, so forgive us, but I think the next show will be just fine. We'll be back soon. RainmanShow.com, RainmanDigitalMedia.com, Amazon. Click on those links. Help us get to the next level. We'll see you guys later. Later.
Thank you for listening to The Rain Man Show with Michael Flores and co-hosts Tony Sabal, Kaylee Norris, and Thomas Cowley, with audio guru Dustin Lucas. Produced by Michael Flores and Dustin Lucas. The Rain Man Show is a Cazador Productions and Rain Man Digital broadcast production. For everything Rain Man, go to rainmanshow.com.